Michael, the brand new Michael Jackson biopic, at least the first half of it, because imagine this. You are a filmmaker, you're a producer, screenwriter, all that kind of stuff, and you're going to make a biopic on someone, in this case on Michael Jackson. And you go to the estate, you hold the script and say, this is the movie we want to make. And the lawyers go flick through the script and read it and go, yep, everything's good, everything's great, you can go shoot the movie. So you go do that. And like 6 months before the movie is meant to release, you get this call. And the call is, hi, we're the estate. Now, we understand you put the allegations in the script and like the court stuff, and you go, yeah, we did. We kind of cover all bases. Yeah, so you kind of need to change that because, like, apparently, we totally missed it. That, there's, apparently while the court was happening, with one of the families of the accusers, that if there was ever a dramatization on said guy, in this case Michael Jackson, you're not allowed to put them in it. You're not allowed to put this family in the movie. And they go, and you naturally you go, what? That's like the entire third act. Like what's going on? What? Yeah, sorry about that. We'll pay for the reshoots. I'll be like, thank God. And Lionsgate is like, you fucking hope you're paying for the reshoots. Hence 2 movies, so they can figure out what the hell they're gonna do for that other half of it. But watching this movie, I'm like, this is a good movie. I get it. It's 30% of Rotten Tomatoes, so 3 out of 10, critics recommend the movie. But I don't understand what people are smoking. This is a really solid movie. Like, it doesn't follow the template of what most of these biopics are like, where you have a person who's found out of the studio, they become famous, they can't handle the fame, so they dip themselves into a addiction, if it's sex, drugs, alcohol, or a mixture of all of them. And then they get out of the habit, they see the errors and the wrongs, and they are the person that they are today. That's the biopic of most of these movies about musical artists. I just explained Human Rhapsody, Walk the Line, Rocket Man, Better Man. Like, I'm like, it's Point Elvis. Like, I recommend. I just describe all of them. The Doors. I list Ray. I just list all of them. And this one is a different approach to it. This is a movie about a guy who's trying to get out of his shadow, out of his father's shadow, who's trying to be his own path. Because since he was like 9, 8, he has been locked into this toxic relationship with his what they call them, stage dads or stage parents, with the whole Jackson 5. Like, it's a performance. Like they just had a performance. So, right, these group of kids just had a performance. And they're tired, they got stored the next day, they need to go to bed, right? No. Joe Jackson is like, nope, that wasn't good enough. You're going to stay. We're going to practice until it's like 2 a.m. I don't care how tired you are. And if you have a problem with it, I got a bell, I'll whoop you because he doesn't. Poor young Michael, questions his dad and is being, for a 10-year-old, is quite reasonable. It's a reasonable question. It's like, why? And because of it, he gets like 55, at least felt like 55 belt whacks. And because of it, he is he is scared of his father. He is unable to, like, he wants to be himself. He wants to do all these things, but he's always the fear of, what would my father think? Can someone else do it for me? Like, when he says he's like, hey, I'm going to go solo. I'm going to have a solo album. He's like, hey, managers and record companies, can you tell my dad for me? Can you, like, fire him as my manager through a fax machine? Can you do that? And it's such, because he's too scared to front him. So this is about a guy who's, like, his alcohol or the drugs that's normally in these biopics is blood delay. It's his father. Like, anytime that Joe Jackson is up Michael's face, like having a decent conversation, you know how uncomfortable Michael is. Like, he's always losing eye contact. He's always he's always losing eye contact. He's clenching his fist, or if he's in the door, he's holding hard, very gently on a door handle. Like, this is the signs of that. This is about showing how afraid he is of his own father, even as a full adult. He's trying to go his own path, but and his dad, how Como Domingo plays him. You're just like, he's slimy, and he's slimy might be the best way, but it's like, you understand why he's terrified of him. Outside is getting abused as a teenager, abused as a kid, because of it. Of the stuff of verbal abuse. You understand Michael's fear of him. As much as, even as Michael was going up, and Thriller happens, and Beat It happens, and Billie Jean happens, and all that. It's still the little boy, and it's him trying to bust out and be his own thing and stand up to his dad, and that's what the movie is. That's the alcohol. That's the drugs that normally you see in these biopics. And while also having these really well done concert performances, like, the clips around with the whole Billie Jean thing. The Billie Jean, performance is one that you see in the clip. Imagine that on the big screen. It kind of shows why movies should be on the big screen, is by looking at those performances. Even moments where you just are hearing the song while stuff is happening, like you're hearing Beat It while he's just thinking of a new album. And, it makes the movie, like, the movie has a wonderful pace, and they're able to, like, talk about certain things and deal with certain things, but this is a movie about celebrating the music, celebrate the artists. That's what this movie, or at least this first half, is about. And yes, they go through the Pepsi thing, which I think, honestly, I didn't realize he actually had a Sting edition. I thought, like, the Pepsi accent is the reason he went all, I don't know what's the right word. What's the? I want to say he turned white, but I mean, I don't know what the right term is. Please, someone comment below and say, actually, him going, that's maybe a little bit offensive. You should, someone correct me. Excuse my arrogance, but yeah. You have those moments, and you get the recreation of the Thriller music video, and And there's humor in this, like how Michael's a big fan of animals and how animals are his friend. And you realize, like, because he never really had the childhood that he always wanted, he's making his adulthood his childhood when, his animals is his friends. Or he's, having toy, he's buying toys and Twister and playing video games. Back then, video games weren't that level of storytelling that is now, but he's just a big kid, and plus, like, the animals that he has ain't just like a dog or anything. It's like a snake and a giraffe and a llama and a monkey, and you just go like, and yes, Bubbles the monkey is CGI because think about it. You're not going to give act to a real actual animal that is very unstable. Jeez. I saw one complaint with this movie, which is why is Bubbles the monkey CGI? You go, really? We have to question that. We have to question why. You mean the animals that could bite your face off, or not? Those kind of animals. Okay, awesome. Well, yeah. Anyway, but yeah, and it ends on. And here's the thing: as much as it does as end, and it's his story continues, it kind of does end on a good high note of, hey, here comes Act 2. Here's the end of Act 1. Spoiler, it ends with a full performance of Bad. And it works it works really together into the movie. Safar Jackson, who plays his uncle, who is the nephew of actual Michael Jackson. He plays him really well put together. I mean, the moment he starts moving, the moment he starts dancing, and naturally when you hear the voice of Michael, you go, oh yeah, totally got how how particular his voice is. So he's able to have those dance movements and stuff like that work pretty well. This movie is really good. This movie is good. Yeah, great pace, great performances, musical performances out through the movie. It is one of the situations where you just go, this is a crowd pleaser. This is what this is what I think people who are fans of the Michael Jackson is looking for a biopic. And look, there's a part 2 coming out. I mean, my guess next year or 2028. I hope it's next year. I think you don't. Next year's probably, even if it's late next year, that's the way you go. You have to do late next year. But yeah, this is a really good film. It's good. I just don't understand what my fellow critics are smoking. Yeah. But anyway, comment below. Let me know your thoughts of this film if you've seen the film.